Hey YouTube, today is a pretty exciting day. I happened to stop by my local camera store, the Houston Camera Exchange. Wanted to pick up another lens for my Canon. Was really looking for a little bit better wide angle lens, and they didn't have what I was looking for in the used market, so I figured I'd save a little money. But before I left, I did not save a little money. I actually ended up jumping into the mirrorless camera game. So I ended up going with the Panasonic G85. I had been looking at this thing for a while now, since it was talked about with the upcoming release of the G85, and then everything from Photokina and what Panasonic had. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this, and rest assured in the coming days I will be doing some comparison videos that update this compared to my Canon 80D, as well as performance review on the 4K, the autofocus, everything else that this camera has to offer in a separate review. So let's get going on this open boxing. One thing that I really liked when looking at this, and you know, you go down that wormhole of seeing all the videos online from the pre-release and from all the YouTubers that had theirs in advance, and you get a good idea of the features. But for me, the practicality is what really won me over. The size and the just lightweight ability for this camera to do everything it does is amazing to me. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve because this is the first time I'm going to get into micro four thirds, but the math is pretty straightforward with that 2x crop factor, so it's going to be pretty easy to pick out your lenses. The only thing that you'll really have to get used to is going to be your f-stops and light and things like that, just because that will affect the outcome of the photo. So again, Houston Camera Exchange, always taking care of me. If you're in Texas or near Houston, highly recommend you stop there. Got their little setup guide here, warranty info, pretty standard. In the packaging here, the one thing I do like about this kit is you can get body only for $8.99, or you can get the kit for $9.99. So in that $100 difference, the kit lens you get is actually one of their $500 lenses. So you're going to get their 12 to 60. Nice thing about their 12 to 60 is it gives you that range to be a little wide angle, and with it being so small and compact, you can do a lot of vlogging with this, or for things like I'm doing now, if you're doing any sort of tabletop review, getting all the way down to the 12 millimeter, you know, on this 2x crop factor is going to be the equivalent of like a 24 on a full frame camera, or about that 18 on your ASPC camera. Excuse me, APS-C. ASPC is Sarah McLachlan singing to the poor pets. Anyway, great lens. I've looked through it. It's a 58 millimeter on the outside, so it's going to be pretty easy to find some filters and things like that for. Moving right along, you do get a nice little lens hood here. Nice solid fit. Has the cropped edges, so that way when you are wide, you're not going to get any of that showing in your photos. Do have your Lumix Strap, another strap I'll never use. I'll probably just leave it in the box until I sell this camera. That way it appears new. And then here is the body. So this is the thing that is so impressive to me. This body has in it the ability to shoot 4K, continuous 4K video, no ending runtime, so you're not limited at 29 minutes. You have the ability for 4K photo, so where it's going to pull out an 8 megapixel still, but you're going to have the ability to crop in, get ultra fine. But also, the cool thing on this, and I'll show you when I do the video, is going to be the 4K, not only the 4K photo, but the stacking. And what this allows you to do is it allows you, when you're looking at your screen here when it's on, it allows you to select the area you want to focus, and you can do post-picture focus shifting after you've taken the picture. So with the focus or the picture stacking, it gives you the ability to, it takes about a second, but it takes multiple pictures, and it gives you the ability to blow out some of that background or the foreground however you see fit. Just overall general opinion of the camera. Like I said, the weight, super lightweight, is really nice for me, but the reason I like this is it gets to that DSLR form factor, so a lot of your dials are going to be in the same places, as well as your ability to use it in a pretty similar fashion to what you're used to. One thing that was a concern of mine when I was looking at getting this was the Eyepiece Viewfinder on the G7. It wasn't as crisp, it wasn't always sharp, it was kind of blurry at sometimes, but when I tested this one out in the store, it is super bright, Pixels are super small, so you get a really good idea of what you're doing. It's got your flippy screen, which is really nice because compared to the Sony a6500 I was considering, you still don't have that. You do have the ability to focus while you're looking through the eyepiece with your thumb on the touchscreen. So it has every feature you can want, along with 4 programmable buttons. You still have SD memory card slot. The big thing over here compared to the GX85 is you have your mic slot. So you're not going to be relying just on the inboard sound. You still have your microphone slot, and then of course micro HDMI out. So you can record in HDMI. I believe it's 8-bit HDMI out to an external device. So the size and weight of this thing is amazing. I cannot wait to use this and travel with it and be able to have such a small form factor, just because always, you know, on top of the amazing technology this thing has, but the best camera is the one you have with you. So this is going to give me a camera that I'm going to have with me a lot more often, just because of the simple fact that it's smaller, it's lighter, it has more capability. You know, if there is a time where I'm going to be shooting some dedicated stills and things like that, I may have my camera with me, or if it's lower light, or if it's some sports photography, you know, there's the right tool for the right job. But you can check out here, this thing is just, it's a beast in such a small package. So look forward to more reviews coming, and then the comparison video. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. Make sure to hit this thumbs up, subscribe, and I will leave a link below to Amazon. So if you want to get one of these yourself, you can check out the lowest prices there, and we'll get you hooked up. Thanks.
Go tell your friends.